George, the whole world's waiting. Make a move.
In May, HBO announced that A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the latest spin-off from the world created by George R. R. Martin, has been put off until 2026. Originally, it was anticipated that the series would come out around June of 2025. That was then pushed back until the end of this year. Now it's been completely erased from the calendar. This, to me, is yet another sign that the entire franchise is faltering. The series ended filming in September of 2024, and unlike Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, we don't have the same sort of post production here for CGI dragons or large scale epic battles. And on top of that, the first season of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is only going to be 6 episodes long. There are a few possibilities here. It could be that during the editing process or following test screenings, they saw that they needed to make changes or do some reshoots, but so far there's been no indication that they'll be doing additional filming. It's possible, too, that House of the Dragon Season 3 will be delayed now until 2027, and they want a series for next year, yet with only 6 episodes, I don't see why they couldn't run Season 1 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms this fall and then follow up with the same time frame in 2026. It's also possible, too, that HBO is just messing this up. The quality of their television has been declining, too. The second season of The Last of Us is a complete mess.
So we're all having a baby. Holy shit. I'm gonna be a dad.
But even if this is HBO's doing it, still doesn't let the declining A Song of Ice and Fire series off the hook. And I know, on first glance, someone might say, you can't overreact to them simply moving the release date of the next spinoff, and that would be true if this had just happened in a vacuum, and we didn't have a long list of problems with what has become George's very fragile world. At best, the second season of House of the Dragon was divisive. For me and many others, though, it completely destroyed the Dance of the Dragon story as it moved from a civil war to a bizarre, unrequited secret love between two of the primary players from the opposing factions.
You speak as if from a distant dream. Come with me.
This contrived tale had no resemblance to Martin's story. It was like watching bad fan fiction. Terrible writing and at times cringeworthy acting sunk the series that many hoped would revive the franchise after the poor ending to Game of Thrones. It was so bad that even George publicly criticized it. Martin, though, also deserves his own share of the blame for this sinking franchise. Each year, the enthusiasm for his world diminishes, since the work of his life remains incomplete, with The Winds of Winter well over a decade late, and no hope even from the most ardent optimist for the final book, which incidentally is aptly titled A Dream of Spring. The dream turned nightmare is further exacerbated by George's blog updates. We all know the many deadlines for completion that he's missed through the years. Recently, he said he was almost done with the Tyrion chapters. After all these years, this isn't something to celebrate. The funniest part, though, for me is how he put the word almost in there. That's been Winds of Winter for the past 13 years. Almost. Right now, almost is the epitaph for the entire franchise. We had 4 excellent seasons of Game of Thrones, the quality declined, and then finally and completely destroyed in that abysmal last season. After a flawed but promising first season of House of the Dragon, the wheels completely came off in season 2.
Covered.
Then I myself must do it.
My queen, you are the crown. It is out of the question.
What would you have me do?
The word is that The Night of the Seven Kingdoms first season is very good, but you can't help but have skepticism after this delay. They don't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. It's put up or shut up time now. Through the years, interest has waned for many fans. Some have even given up on Martin's universe due to all the broken promises surrounding Winds. The Game of Thrones mess, House of the Dragon coming apart, or a cumulative effect of all these things. For me, the turning point was last year's season 2. Aside from the visual spectacle of the dragons and the battles, it was bad TV. I've gone into all of this in other videos, so I won't rehash that all here. The reason it was significant for me is that with Game of Thrones in the rearview mirror, and the books most likely never being finished, the best way to keep this world alive and tell the stories was on the screen. George has even devoted a significant amount of time to these projects, so that was my hope. Now that dream, like a dream of spring, doesn't appear as if it will ever come to fruition. I'm not burying A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms until I see it, but I can't be excited for a series that has been delayed even further, particularly when Martin hasn't even finished the novels that this story is based on. We all know how that worked out last time. I'm not turning my back on Martin's world, but I'm much more cynical about it than I was prior to the start of season 2 of House of the Dragon. I'm not willing to cut Martin, HBO, or the creators of these series any breaks. It's not too much to ask for a good quality product, particularly in a time when networks are decreasing the number of episodes in a series and, in some cases, the time it takes to even make them. In a world that seems to get crazier and spin more out of control every day, all many of us are looking for is a decent show to escape from all the madness for just a little while.
But now, madness. Madness and stupidity.
If you enjoyed this one, make sure to hit the like button. If you're interested in more on House of the Dragon and A Song of Ice and Fire, listen to Caraxes and subscribe. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon.